Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Diamond Director Fabian Fitzner.
What's up, Berlin? Thank you. How many of you already learned something today? How many of you took a decision today? Awesome, thank you. And how many of you think I should have brought more people to that event? Isn't that crazy what an event can do? So within the next 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you a topic which really changed everything in my network marketing career. And I would say it's so important that if you apply what you learn right now, that you can rank advanced even quicker. How many of you would like to rank advanced a little bit faster? Thank you. We're going to have some fun within the next minutes. How many of you like fun? Great. If you apply everything, you will also feel that you get a better connection with your team. How many of you would have like to have a great relationship with your team? Awesome. And everything we're going to talk about is proven science. It goes like decades. Since decades, they're studying that topic. But first of all, I still owe you a little bit about our story from yesterday. So my name is Fabian. I'm 35 years old. I'm from Germany. I'm from Cologne. Where's Germany? Where are the other countries? Where's everyone? Great, thank you. So I'm happily married to my beautiful wife. You've met her yesterday, and I was so proud of her because it was the first time ever she spoke in front of like 5,000 people. I mean, can we give a round of applause for her, for Veronica? Thank you. So yesterday, we told you we had gyms, so we were entrepreneurs. It was not running good. We were living in Spain, and there came a point where the business was not running, so we had to look for a solution. And we found network marketing. And what then happened, actually, we felt so in love with that industry that we sold our gyms to go all in network marketing. And so our plan was we sell the gyms, so we have some money for at least like live for 2 years, because one thing you need to understand in that industry is you have to do it part-time. So you always start part-time. We could do it full-time because we had the money. That's what we thought. What actually happened is that guy we sold our businesses to never paid us. So we went back to Germany. We got a few checks so we could live like for 4 months. And so after feeling like we don't get the money, we had to take a decision. So what I had to do is, first of all, I had to give away my car. So I changed my car, which was a leasing car, a pretty nice car. I had to change it, and I bought a Peugeot 206, which had a Hello Kitty patch on the back. And now imagine you go to a business presentation, and you always have to park your car around the corner so nobody sees what you're driving because you're talking about success. Anyone can relate to that? Okay, so then we couldn't afford an apartment, so I moved in the house of my grandmother, and we lived in the attic. And I'm very thankful for that. But we continued because we had the dream and it was running kinda. So for 1.5 years, we were going all out on network marketing. But you know what happened? It didn't work. We made a little bit of money, and one day I had to tell my wife, and I said, Nika, I think we have to stop, or at least I have to look for a job because I need to make money somewhere. We have to live, we have to pay rent, we need to get food. And so I went back having a job. After 13 years being self-employed, I was having a job. And to be honest, I hated it on one side, but on the other side, it was like, first time in my life since 13 years, I had a paycheck. Somebody was paying me just for being there. So all the pressure I had got less, somehow, but all the bad moods came up because I didn't like it. So I came home every day and I was complaining. What then happened is that even though I liked network marketing, I wanted to do it, as all the pressure went off, I did less, and I did a little bit less, and I did less, and then I stopped completely. It's 1.5 years ago. I didn't do anything anymore. And I didn't do it for like, I would say like 1 month. Then I came home, and my wife, so I was living in my grandmother's home. You know that smell when you come into your grandmother's home? Yeah, I had it every day, and the first week you like it, but then like a 70-year-old house. So I came home, so I went all the way up to the attic, and there was sitting my wife, Veronica, and one of my best friends, Christian. You have seen him yesterday. He was doing the energy exercise. They were sitting at the kitchen table, which was kind of kitchen / living room / sleeping room / everything. It was one big attic. And they said, Fabian, we need to talk, sit down. I was like, what's up? They said, we really need to talk, it's serious. And I thought something happened, and they sat me down and said, Fabian, what's happening? You just went back for a job, and you were so good in that network marketing thing. We know it didn't run like you wanted to, but what's up? It was the first time ever I told them about all the pressure. Because, you know, we as men, Stefania just talked about the ladies, but we as men, we always want to be strong, right? How many of you can relate to the men? It's like that, right? So, but the first time as they were friends and my wife, so I said, you know what, I had so much pressure, I couldn't take it anymore. And then Christian said something which changed everything. He said, I got it, but what happens to all the people you have shown network marketing? What happens now to all the people you promised to lead? What's with all that people you gave a chance, they now have seen there's something out there, and you're just leaving them alone? I got goosebumps, and that moment I found my why, my purpose. And everything changed from that moment on. It's 1.5 years ago. And when I just think back, like 1.5 years ago, and yesterday we came on stage like diamonds, it's so crazy. I mean, like life changed completely just in that short period of time, thanks to network marketing, thanks to Jeunesse, and thanks to something I'm going to talk about. Because what happened in that moment was, I didn't believe in myself. I just thought I'm not good enough, but I had people believing in me. And that's the power of our industry, that you have people believing in you, empowering you, and helping you. And that's our job. Thank you. And that's our job as leaders. Now I'm going to start to talk about the topic, because the topic is actually, it's a word I used a few times already. You hear it from your first day when you start in that industry. Everybody's talking about it. It's leadership. Everyone talks about leadership, but most people don't know what is leadership actually. And in leadership, there are different levels of leadership. And I want to walk through right now through the different levels of leadership, but there are two principles you need to understand. Like the major principles in leadership is specifically in network marketing. So the first principle, it's called the leadership lid. Can you help me out? What's it called? The leadership lid, exactly. So that means like you have a certain level of leadership. So you're, let's say like a level 4 leader. Your organization will only grow up to here. Your organization cannot grow any further if you don't develop as a leader. That's very important to understand, okay? That's like principle number 1. And principle number 2, that's even more important, is something you learned a lot about this week, and especially from Danielle this morning, afterwards from Alex, from Satania. It's energy. What's it called? What's it called? That sounds better. So, what we have to do, we are like the driving force of our organization. We have to give the energy into our organization because we are the leaders. And I don't know if anyone ever felt like when somebody else gives you energy. Anyone ever felt that? Okay. How many of you would like to feel it? Okay, so we do a little exercise pretty quick. So please everybody get up. Please everybody stand up for a second. Okay, I explain you what we're going to do. It's pretty easy, but you will love it. I told you we're going to have some fun. So what I want you to do now is, all the people here on the right, you are group A, okay? You are group now, you're group A. Okay. All the people on this side, so here we share the room, you're a B, so please say B. B. Exactly, so group B, please turn towards this group. And group number A, so all of you guys, you turn towards this group. So what we're going to do now is, it's called giving and receiving. So group number A will give 100% of energy. How much percentage? 100%. How much percentage? 100%. Thank you. To that group, what you're going to do is pretty easy. You will receive, because I want you to feel it. So you just open your arms and you receive the energy, okay? On the count of 3, maybe the DJ helps me out with popping music. On the count of 3, you just yell it all out. You give energy to them. They're your organization. They need your energy right now. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go! Awesome. Thank you. How did it feel? We turn it around. We give them energy now. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Thank you. Thank you. You can sit down. Thank you. Did it feel good? Did it feel good? And that's what you have to do with your organization. You need to feed them with energy all day long. If you have no energy, your organization will not have energy. So let's work through the different levels of leadership. One of the greatest leadership coaches of the world, John C. Maxwell, he says, everything rises and falls on leadership. And that's so true in our industry. Nations do it, sports organizations do it, corporate organizations do it, but specifically in network marketing, it's everything. So I'm going to talk today about the 5 levels of leadership in network marketing. And the first level of leadership is position. If you work in the corporate world, how many of you are employed actually? Employed? How many of you are self-employed? How many of you don't know what work is? Okay, because some hands just haven't shown. Okay, so if you work in the corporate world, somebody gives you a position and says you lead. But what people will do, people will only follow you for one reason, because they have to. People will follow you because they have to. Exactly, not because if they want to. And as soon as you don't lead, or the time is over, they go home. We don't have that in network marketing, but what happens sometimes, let's say somebody becomes a leader and becomes a sapphire, for example. That specific sapphire does a meeting, sets up a meeting, a training, or a webinar, or whatever, and feels like people are not showing up and getting upset because nobody's coming. So what just happened? Usually he's leading from level 1 position, says, I'm the sapphire, you have to come to listen to me. But that's not right, that's level number 1. If you really want to start in network marketing, we actually have to start in level number 2. And here's the keyword actually, level number 1 position. The keyword for that position would be rights. You have the rights to lead someone, but people don't like that. In our profession, people want to be led in level number 2, which is permission. And here the keyword is relationship. You have to start to build relationships to your people, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's a very important sentence. So what happens on that level of leadership, people follow. How many of you ever had a leader in your organization, in network marketing, in your profession, you did not like at all? Okay, how many of you did not show hands because he's sitting beside you? Okay. So what happens here is you need to transform into a servant. You will be there for your organization, so you create a bond. And people will do everything you want them to, if it's good for them, of course, if they like you. That's level number 2. And there's another level, now it gets interesting, and that's level number 3. And level number 3, it's based on results. And here the keyword is credibility. Credibility, because what happens now is people don't do what they hear, people do what they see. And you have to show them the way. You know I'm always wondering in network marketing, there are people trying to teach other people what to do without having done it. That's like being a travel agent, right? You're a travel agent and you want to show them where to go without having been there. That's kind of weird. Let's take the example of positions. You're a sapphire, for example, and you tell, I show you how to go diamond. And you're like, okay, but you're no diamond. But you know what you can do if you're a sapphire? You can show anyone and everyone how to become a sapphire. And if you do it often enough, you will increase the levels. And that's the way. So you want to be a tour guide. You don't want to be a travel agent. And what kicks in on level number 3, and that's what everybody wants, just one word, it's momentum. How many of you have heard the word momentum? Okay, please say it once. What's called? It's? Thank you. And that's what everybody wants. But when does it kick in? It kicks in when you bring results. And why is it happening? Because to get results in network marketing, you need to help people to get results. And then you form a team, and you only can increase the levels of leadership if you help enough people increasing themselves. And that's the beauty of level number 3. But there's another level, of course, and it's level number 4. And level number 4 kicks in when you really shift your focus on the strength of your people. If you talk to anyone who's successful in, it doesn't matter what kind of industry, and you ask them, what did you do? He will never say, oh, I just concentrated on my weaknesses and just worked like that. What they will always say is, I focused on my strength and I used it. And successful people focus on their strength, but successful leaders look for strength in others. And they help them to reveal them, and they empower them to really use them. For example, how many of you like soccer, football, Fußball? Let's say you do a team and you play against Hertha BSC Berlin, okay? So, one fan of Berlin, that sounds good. Any fan? And let's say, so Hertha BSC Berlin against the team, and we have Ronaldo, okay? But we take Ronaldo, even Messi, I don't care, or both of them, and we put Ronaldo, we put him in there as a goalkeeper, and we take Messi as a defense. They will win, even if we have the best players. So if we don't put the best players in best position, in the worst position, there's no way to win. So we have to develop people, and we focus on people. And level number 4 is exactly that. You focus on helping people becoming better. And level number 5, that's the last level of leadership, that's the mastery. And you know what's the key word here? By the way, level number 4, the key word is reproduction. You reproduce yourself. Yeah, you do it by 5 steps. You do it, you take someone to show him how to do it, then he does it and you just walk with him or her, then she or he does it, and now the most important step, number 5, that person has to take another one by hand and do the same process. Because you would never have duplication if you help someone to become a leader, but you don't show them how to produce leaders. And that's actually level number 5. And the mastery level, I would say, the key word here is respect. You have done it so often, you have done it for so long, that people just follow you because they respect you. You're like that kind of person who says, he or she has done something nobody has done before. And it's hard to get to that level, but I'm sure every one of you knows someone in your upline you have never seen before, you just heard they've done incredible things, right? And that's the last level. And what's the most important thing you should take out of that 5 levels of leadership? You never get the leader you want, you get the leader you are. You need to become the best possible leader. And to wrap it up right now, just one last thing, and then I'm leaving the stage. So now Luigi is coming back up. You know Luigi Di Salvo. And I just talked to him backstage, and we were talking about how it's different between the States and Europe. And we were agreeing. We said, you know, Europe, we're way louder. We have way more energy. Everybody says always the States. So how many of you would agree that, like, in Europe we have, like, crazy energy? Okay, so we're going to bring them up back up on stage. So please, everybody stand up. Last time, everybody stand up. So I'm leaving the stage, and we're going to bring back Luigi, and we give, like, the craziest amount of energy to them. At what level? 100%, exactly. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. See you guys.